Go ahead. So you have to start again. You have to start from the very beginning. It wasn't recording.
Okay.
So what's your earliest memory, Dad?
You'll never believe it. We lived at 1012 Graham Avenue, above the Rockney Grill, and my dad had that for in memory of Newt Rockney from Notre Dame, the great football coach. But what I remember is after I had my tonsils out, I would say I was like 2 years old, and I remember my circumcision.
So they took your tonsils out and then they circumcised you?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, there I had a sore throat, but I was eating ice cream. But the lower part of my body wasn't real. I had no idea what he was going to do. So that's what I remember as a little guy.
So how come they didn't do it when you were a newborn like they do now?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
If the doctor was around, I'd ask him.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
So do you remember like being 3 and 4?
I do.
What do you remember about that?
I do. I remember at nights after my dad and mother would run the Rockney Grill, and they had a room in the back where my dad had sold beer, and those were days that I really liked, because about 7 o'clock at night, my sister and I would be upstairs. We were both very little, and we'd holler down, "Throw the cups up," and every night they'd bring a little cup of sanitary ice cream, little cups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'd both have chocolate ice cream. And the funny thing, when there was a fellow that used to come into the Rockney Grill, and he treated me real nice, always gave me some money and things, and one time we didn't see him for the longest time, and my dad got me oh no, this fellow bought me a cap guns with I had the holsters, with the bullets and all that, and a real great guy, and I was so proud to, wear those, my cowboy hat, and I told my dad, where is he? What happened to so-and-so? And one day my dad came upstairs and says, "Now look, I got to tell you where he was, and don't say a word." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "He's in jail, but don't say a word." So my dad called me and said, "Hey," he says, "Mike's down here. Come on down." And I walked down the steps, and I looked at him, and I said, "Hi, Mike, when did you get out of jail?" So they knew never to tell me anything they didn't want me to talk about.
So how old were you then?
I don't know, maybe 6.
And how many years difference was there between you and Aunt Nettie?
I think like 4.
4 years, like same as Liz and Kelsey.
Yeah.
So do you remember, did you have other little kids to play with then?
Oh yeah. I had
do you remember
a lot of buddies.
Yeah.
Lenny Rubel from 10th Street, I used to get to go over to their place, and Lenny was a great football player, and we palled around while we were, young. Like
6, 7?
Yeah, then there were I'm trying to think of the people, Eugene Ott, who lived in the house that my dad and mother bought, that we tore it down, and that's where Comic Worlds is now.
Oh, okay.
And there were just a bunch of kids in the neighborhood there that I used to play with, and Nettie had her own friends.
So there are more houses, because that's mostly businesses when I grew up, but when you were little, it was more houses there?
Yeah, there were houses there, yeah. And then what my dad did, I started going to football games when I was like 7 years old, and he had Doc Custer take pictures, the action pictures of the Ramblers when they were really phenomenal teams. And he would develop them, and then he'd put them up on a bulletin board, and the football team would come in, and my dad would feed them on Saturday nights.
He'd like feed them for free?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so you're always a football junkie.
Yeah. He had he used to make the best barbecues and burgers and hot dogs, and but then he didn't have the liquor license. But the funny one with the liquor license that I remember is Whistler's mother. They had a cardboard like statue of Whistler's mother. I think one of the beer companies had it, and one of the guys one time got a case cutter, and he cut it out And my dad had a bathroom downstairs, and it was ladies, flip it, men's.
Oh, I'll let it answer.
It might be mom.
Oh, okay.
Hold
We'll
on.
stop for a second.
Okay.
Because it could be Betty.